want to stop being awkward in social situations. Listen, what happens in your life when you cannot communicate clearly and effectively what you need to communicate? And doesn't that seem to be where the awkwardness is based in? You know that there's something to be said, but you don't exactly see how to clearly say it. You know it's there. It's obvious that you're seeing yourself think, and the thinking is in relation to the moment in which you need and needed to speak. So we have a moment where we know something wants to be said, and then often we don't say that. We're not sure about how exactly to say it. And this is the process of self-sabotage. This is one form of the pillar, which is self-sabotage. Manifesting via the past, being brought into now. And the past is invited into now once we begin to think. Because all we've learned in our life, it's stored within our brain from age zero. Our brain starts storing information, and you can see that information coming back up every day, every second, if you'll notice your thinking. So to create the space to not be awkward, we have to be aware of the awkwardness. And we have to question where that awkwardness is sprouting from. What's the real simple place, right? And that's what we're talking about here. That millisecond after you feel there's a moment where you need to speak, and then you think about that moment. How can we get ourselves to a place where we speak in the moment, where we live in the moment? So that what runs through us, the energy, the winds, if you will, can be guided. How do we let the energy that's there guide us? Because the bottom line is, you have awkward moments for a reason. And those moments are gifts. They're meant to teach you about where you're unaware, when you're living through the past and not in the present. You see, the quote, the idea of living in the present, it's all nice and dandy, but no one actually talks about the precision, how to actually do it. Sure, salespeople will have their courses, their systems, their methods. Do this habit, wake up at this time, eat this food, have these beliefs, reprogram yourself. There is no subconscious mind, my friends. You have one mind, and the meaning to life is having nothing be subconscious, meaning that your awareness has expanded to the point where you live so in line with the light that you see what needs to be seen every second. Every second. And to do the work, that's what we're talking about. You can't want what I just said. You can't chase it. There's no routine, discipline, system, strategy to achieve it. I use the air quotes because you can't achieve it. And I'm not implying that me, the speaker, is insert phrase, packed phrase of la la. I'm not even going to say the word because that's BS. So many of us, we get caught in the words. And the words again invite the past. So can we live in line? So that implies to clean up. As gateways in your heart open, as energy is no longer dissipated via dirtiness. What is dirtiness mean here? A petty self-centered life. Me, my desires, my goals, my achievements, my family, my future. Me, and me. Can we get past that? You don't get past it, right? I'm not saying, oh, the ego's bad, right? A lot of the non-dual, the spiritual wizards, they'll say, and they'll talk from this place which is buffoonery, nothing practical. Now, here's the thing with practicality. You won't hear me tell you what to do. That's not how it works. But we very much live in a dual world, right? There's freezing temperatures and there's sweltering heat. There's the driest of deserts, and then 3/4 of the world is covered with water. 90% of our brain is not being used. Can we sit with that? Can we be real about what we're doing as humanity? Zoom out a little bit in terms of me and my wants and my family, and I have to make sure I am financially stable. I'm not saying be broke, be reckless, be wild. Take calculated risk, though. What does it mean to take calculated risk? Right? It means that you question the stagnant pond. What's the nature of a life that is continuously questioned? Where you live clean, so you're sharp practically, right? You pay your bills, you're kind, not nice, but you're kind to yourself because you notice your own dissipation of energy. You see when you stray, and you feel what that teaches you. It's only through straying, stumbling, that you're going to have the meaning, the conflict, to look at that conflict and start to question. In inquiry, you can't just sit in your room and just inquire your whole life, but that may be a season when you are isolated, and then you start to learn about, wait, what am I when I'm isolated? What's the nature of that vibration? And it's conflict, right? Because, right, the isolation's born via the thought, the past, the memory, the program being perpetuated via thinking right here, right now. But to live in a free vibration, knowledge gets employed naturally, and you don't think unless the thinking is truly in line. And then, right, it's almost like the speaker's truly irrelevant. Because the meaning of the life is to share the vibration. It's not to self-center, look what I've achieved, or look at where you're at, look at me measuring. Like, that's all conflict. Measurement is a seed of thought, and it invites conflict. So can we actually be together in this life? That means that when we interact with others, we listen with an extraordinary attention. That attention can only be felt as you understand what it is to dissipate energy, to squander your attention, to live in the weak vibrations. You do that enough and your being feels that, it's going to find its way naturally to new places. And that's just the fact. You guys, none of this can be believed. If you just accept what I say, you can't learn. Because then you skip the whole process of the questioning. The learning is in doing the work. That's the real questioning. You cannot be awkward, guys. You can't be awkward when you live in line. Because awkwardness isn't natural. Awkwardness is you living so in your self-centered past that you're creating a barrier between you and others. If you dissipate the barrier by noticing how it works, then you can interact with anyone, CEOs, beautiful woman, anyone. And this isn't about, again, being aware, getting rid of your awkwardness, and then using that in the form of desire to like chase beautiful ladies. Oh, now that I'm not awkward and I can talk smoothly, I'm going to motive. Motive is bull. It's not real. When I say it's not real, I mean it's weak. It's shallow. It's not going to get you anywhere true and deep. I'm not saying people don't have motives. People have opinions, beliefs, motives, ideologies, all things that they don't question. So many of us, we just, Even with the books, the historical books, the religious books, it's like there's no real questioning in terms of a lot of people just accept things. They read it, they accept it. And that's why in some form, in one capacity, some way, somehow, you will be awkward unless you do the work that we talk about here. And then you just learn how to feel what's there. You don't control what's there, but if it's there, can you feel it? And see, you don't control it, so it must not be coincidental, right? And then you learn. Then you learn. And the learning, like every part of your life changes. And with change and in line, like change that's in line with frequency, with holistic sight, that change, it's a blossom. It's beautiful. So, bottom line here, if you resonate, if this was good for you, link in description. I write like 3 to 4 emails a week, similar vibrations there, just in written word. You'll enjoy. I can guarantee you, if you enjoyed this at all, you will enjoy the emails totally free. You get a gift as well. Win-win. Why not? Let's do it. So honestly, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day.